This video will provide an overview of the group project for ICT 401-601 IT Policy and Audit. The items we will cover in this video are the purpose and objectives of the group project, an overview of the group project intervals, how the project is graded, and resources available to your group. The group project will consist of creating a business case for a company, where you will be analyzing the company overall, examining the legal and regulatory requirements the company must meet and adhere to, conducting a risk assessment of the company within the business and IT environments, and then establishing business policies for the company and the processes and controls that need to be implemented to align with those policies to ensure they are also aligning with legal, regulatory, and auditing requirements. We will not be able to fully analyze risks and develop a full set of policies, processes, and controls for a company in this course, but the group project will provide you with an in-depth, hands-on experience to understand the need for IT policy control and audits within a company. The objectives of the project are applying principles of the IT policy control and audit proactively to a company's business and IT environment, understanding the importance of developing policies, process, and controls that align to and adhere to legal and regulatory requirements, developing IT audit policies, processes, and controls respective of accepted IT governance standards, and developing a deeper understanding of risks associated to a business and the IT environment that can be applied in the industry. There are going to be 7 intervals for this group project, which will align to modules 2 through 8 of this course. Please also note that the project intervals tie back to your chapter readings in your textbook. Your textbook is going to be a valuable resource for you and your group for this project. Also note that there are separate videos available that cover each of the project intervals in more detail, as well as project interval assessment documents, which details out each deliverable for each project interval and will be used by your instructor to assess your group's work for each project interval. This video is going to give you an overview of the group project in total. Let's address a few things about the project overall before we get into the intervals. So some of the comments we often hear about group projects in courses are, it's too vague, or there's not enough detail, it's chaotic, it's too high of expectations, I don't like group projects, and online courses should be easier than face-to-face classes. There are great reasons why this group project has been developed in the way that it has. It's developed to help provide experiences that are more like real-life scenarios. It's also designed to help spark critical thinking, decision-making, and also creativity. It's also set up to provide experiences of collaboration, utilizing resources, researching, and asking questions. And the course is designed just like the in-class experience, and online courses being easier is a myth. They are often harder than face-to-face courses. Now let's get into what is in each of the project intervals. So project interval 1 is essentially project prep. So remember, this is going to start in module 2. Here you're going to be completing your group and team formation. You're going to be setting up your SharePoint site and creating the structure for this business case. And then you're going to be detailing and describing the business and IT environments of the company your group chooses. So we're really looking at understanding the business and IT environment for the company that you chose in project interval 1. In project interval 2, we're going to get into understanding the legal and regulatory requirements that are impacting the company that you chose. We're also going to start some group learning as well, where your group will be given a list of items to do research on and document your findings. Project interval 3 then is going to lead us into the risk assessment. So this is going to be your group assessing the business and IT environment of the company that you chose and identifying the risks that the company has. Again, we'll also have some group learning as well, where you will continue on doing your research for items outlined in the assessment document and then documenting your learnings. Project intervals 4, 5, and 6 then is going to start looking at the policies, processes, and controls that a company needs to have in place in order to meet the legal and regulatory requirements, as well as protecting their IT environment. And there will also be a continuation of the group learning activities. So project interval 7 is going to be about the wrap-up and presentation of your business case, where you will be presenting your business case and what your group uncovered, developed, and then any recommendation that your group has for the company around IT policy, control, and audit. Now that we've covered an overview of what's in the project intervals, let's discuss how the project's graded. So after each interval is submitted, your group is going to receive either a pass or fail grade. Your instructor is going to provide feedback to you that you can utilize either to resubmit if you receive a fail or make improvements for your final project submission. If you do receive a fail the first time around, please don't get discouraged. This course is set up to maximize continuous improvement and continuous learning. If your group put in effort to submit the project interval on time and you receive a fail, you can take the feedback your instructor has given you and make revisions and resubmit. The final project submission is going to be based on the entire business case that your group has put together. It's also going to be based on the final presentation and also the pay your group assessments that you receive by your peers. So make sure that you are participating in the group project throughout the course, as your group members are going to be able to assess what percentage of the grade that you get. There is a separate video about how the pay your group works, so please refer to that for more information. And then your instructor is going to do the assessment of the project as a whole, considering all of these items. There are many resources available to you and your group for this group project. You have the textbook readings, which I highly recommend you utilize. There's also additional media that's going to be provided to you within each of the modules, along with the textbook readings. You'll have information and knowledge that you'll gain from the discussion boards. You have your group, which will include the weekly meetings. There's websites, materials, and videos related to COBIT or IDLE or SOX, HIPAA, ISO. So all of these items that you're going to be learning about, there's lots of websites, materials, and videos available for those. You'll be receiving feedback from the instructor after each interval. You can utilize the interval assessment documents and the project interval videos. There's also an example business case and an accompanying video that goes along with that example business case. And the internet, there's plenty of resources out there that you can do research on and utilize as resources. So just to recap on what we covered in this video, we covered the purpose and objectives of the group project. We covered the overview of the group project intervals. We covered how the group project is graded. And we covered resources available to your group.